Okay, so here's a first impressions of the Square Master. I'm going to check calibration. Every time I move it around on the plate, it varies a very small amount. And when you get into these kind of heights and lengths of measurement, even the slightest variations make a huge difference. So I'm going to bring in my my block. I'm down tight to the table. Everything's clean. And I'm just going to tap it in until I get... Sorry, I'm wiggling the camera. You guys are on a flimsy base. I'm just going to tap it in until I get it to 3. Well, we go to 0. Alright, I'm done tapping. And we'll come up to the top here. Alright, still on 0. Sweep to the bottom. Okay, we're happy there. I'm down in the bottom radius right now. I've got a couple squares that just came off the grinder, and I'm just going to use a regular V-block here. I got a pair of squares right here. Now these are what we want to do right now is just check for square. So I'm just going to drop this on like this and put this down tight on the table. Slide it around a little bit, make sure we got no grit or anything on the bottom. And we're going to move our gauge down just a tad. And then my favorite little hammer here. Okay, so we're 0 and we're happy there. And I think I'm in a spot where I'm going to get a good sweep on that little square. I'm just going to slowly pull it up and see, there's my backlash. Okay, so we're within 2/10 over 3-inch square, and so my square is laying flat to the table, and I'm using this block just kind of as a weight to kind of hold it down and hold it vertically, you know. Here, let's check the other one, and I think this other one may need some work. I think it slipped in the vise a little bit when I was grinding it. Let me get down to the bottom here, and let's get us zeroed. Okay, so now we're at 0, and there's my backlash. I got a 1/10 of backlash. It goes to a 1/10 under as soon as I pull the trigger. There's 2/10 under. And I am to the top. So that's a total of 2.5 tenths, but I had a 1/10 of backlash as soon as I pulled on the handle, so that's, I'm going to call it 1.5. So I'm pretty happy with that. And here's another hidden use that I had for it that I didn't really even expect. You know, instead of switching back and forth to the height gauge or just a plain old surface gauge. Now, this doesn't have a fine adjust up and down, but it it takes a little bit to get it to park where you want it. But it's a nice solid piece, so it kind of stays put, and you can just use it to for comparisons. So we're checking here to see how parallel all this stuff is. Alright, we don't really like that block. I don't really like that block for parallel. Let's grab another one. Let's see how we like this one for parallel. Yeah, I like this one better. Alright. And we'll just use it for just checking parallelism on the squares. And we can that way we can look at our inner fence and make sure that our inner fence is parallel with our outer square. I need something a little bit of hit. Oh, look at that. That's very controlled right there. Alright, now we can kind of check this guy for parallel here. Alright, so I'm within 2/10 of parallel. Pretty happy there. So what do we know? We know we're square on the outer, and we know we're parallel on the inner. So this part of the square is done. All that's left is to grind that. You can still see it's got the hardening scale on it. All that's left is the 45. That's all that's left on this square to be complete. All right, let's check the other one while we got it set up. We're going to go ahead and check parallelism on that. I think we're happy there. Yeah, we're pretty good. So again, a couple of tenths with parallel. So we're pretty happy with that. And so same thing. We're confident that we've got a 90-degree surface and that our 90-degree fence is parallel. All that's left to work now are the 45s. These particular squares are going up to Randy Richards, but I thought I would let him be the first ones to take delivery on some squares that came off of the Square Master. Alright, those are my first impressions of the unit.